The outlook in 2026 for visual educational and training tools continues to change daily. Emerging technology in the educational world is similar to modernization of call centers, processing facilities, and soon will affect every part of our daily life. The procedure of feeding a young child is underplay in the world of artificial intelligence, AI, and intelligent automation, IA, development. It is like teaching a young child how to play, jump, figure complex calculations, stir the pancake batter, you name it. It has been an exciting time to observe and play with these latest developments at the Training 2026 conference. Who would ever think our digital twins are becoming more real by the moment? The push-button controls and automation in authoring and testing an individual's skills, processing a system, controlling a system, and developing all of this vibe code, seeing it in person, touching, feeling, and playing with these devices has resulted in a driving passion and force to produce them in the water and wastewater field. While following the footprints of testing and development available to us from the Healthcare and Professional Sports Association, it will be difficult to define where we will be in the time you have available to review this summary. In early 2026, digital twins have improved to replicate human emotion and feelings, capturing not just knowledge but reasoning patterns and communication styles with natural language and speech interactions. Whether Coach Gen AI, Cepeto, or Priya Maestro, your digital imagination and themed focus will animate your needs. Your AI involvement is rapidly expanding through digitizing of the knowledge-based content, taking raw data and transforming it in your daily operations. Plus, developing strategic plans and recommendations enables data-driven decision-making across your organization. For me, the bottom line is proving to me that it works. Over 40 years ago, I was involved in the installation, operations, and troubleshooting of dial-up telephone control system. Yes, landline phones once turned pumps on and off, plus some grew to include pump leak indicators, a simple wire on the submersible pump motor stators, giving you a call to tell you the seal or connection was allowing fluid into the pump casing. That was a great help for troubled pump stations. Soon after they were established, the telephone dialer alarm systems improved to include cable connections and, in some cases, the beginning of digital signals and data to be transferred to the operations center. I remember 108 separate stations hooked up to a radio-based system shortly after the direct cable and data were transmitted. The radio-based system began to grow rapidly, and data collection grew with it. All of this development began during the initial stages of mandatory operations time and operator licensing requirements. Fast forward to today, automated control systems collecting all the data and running operations, allowing the operator the opportunity to perform in-depth evaluations of the process and equipment, letting the data collect and distribute the reports. What a big burden to minimize. Thank you, SCADA. And today, we are faced with growing reliance on artificial intellect, the big brother AI working in conjunction with baby brother, the SCADA. At our startup, CEU plan would submit 20 to 30 courses for approval to state agencies. Ken Carey of Cal State, Ken Dykes and Paul Krauth from Utah, Peggy Barton, and Cheryl Bergener of Washington State, Alan Dillon from New Jersey, Alan Cherubin of New York State, Margaret Doss from the state of Georgia, Tony Arnold and James Pugh of North Carolina, leaders and developers of many state operator certification programs, were hit with a different concept of training. Something on the internet, something they had never reviewed. These initial submittals for course approval were met with validation questions. How can you verify contact time? Tell me about your roadblocks, and many more details in the development of online training for continuing education. Our vision has been and continues to focus on meeting the needs of operators through their continuing education requirements. Back in 1997 to 2000, the only internet connection was a hardwired dial-up telephone that had multiple slow speeds. Online training has grown. And today, artificial intelligence is showing expansion. On a daily basis, functionality and development are rapidly changing, such as the facial emotional response developed for human imagery, the release of an updated digital twin, gauging and refining the accuracy of AI, along with the enhancement of visualization techniques, including training developments for autism. And leave it to the space program to develop the technology for the first Texas instrument and now to robotic AI development in human skills, resulting in improvements in automated controls and functionality that can complete a task in 10% of the normal time required. We have heard the horror stories around AI. Human images illustrating only half of the body, perhaps with a leg missing, and this inaccuracy showing up in produced content. We can ask AI to deliver and speak content, but accuracy and truthfulness are current issues. Results have shown that AI may interpret and distort content, since the accuracy of AI is based upon what AI is taught. Research and development are tasked with breaking down content into verifiable truths. Clarity does not guarantee accuracy. Disinformation is a growing problem. Structure does not always equal true. Currently, AI is being asked to verify its content, to fast-check content and questions and answers. These issues include redundancy in findings, knowledge drift, risk of outdated and decaying knowledge and content. Human oversight should be required in AI development. Human verified is the new gold standard. We must go beyond approved to trusted. Subject matter experts are becoming similar to operators overseeing their SCADA, supervising AI and teaching it the correct way. A closed system is the preferred avenue in the growing movements. On the flip of the coin, a recent robotic test was performed on clothes alterations. The robot was instructed in sewing the seams to address. Net results. Robot completed the task with a 90% reduction in time. Another example is the development between 2D and 3D mapping. To optimize without the use of AI required 2 days, whereas AI performed the task in 20 minutes. When we look at the validation of the treatment plant system, double-checking and humanly recalibrating the instrument and indicator, a knowledgeable operator oversees this as one of their hats worn on a daily basis. When the Doppler strap-on-the-pipe flow meters first came out, I ran a test for some engineers and regulatory compliance folks, demonstrating the meters were not accurate and must be observed with a plus or minus for the inaccurate meter readings in registering flow data. In our test, we closed off the ball valves ahead and downstream of the meter. Well, when the engineers showed up, they saw the false readings on the flow meter indicator due to the cavitation within the sludge pipeline. After explaining and showing them the closed valves, they knew their return sludge rates might be off. Years later, the technology improved and provided better assurance for temporary line usage. In addition, the plant operating data distribution proves that the tweaking and refinements of the automated control systems have delivered accurate and prompt data, but via the scams of today, we require stronger security and monitoring systems. The point is, all new technology must be scrutinized and subject to human testing, notwithstanding the efficiency and utility it promises. Sometimes we need Mother Nature to do her thing and slowly improve the widget prior to mass production or usage. The same is true today with AI for training. Some unethical standards and content are floating around misleading operators. Unless proper credentials and certification validation are presented with a lesson plan, training fails. We are learning that scammers are out there in droves, either in hearsay productions or fancy promotions and giveaways. The scams of today go undetected in many arenas, as we all know. Recently, we ran a test on our quiz questions from an original text-based version and compared it to our AI Quizmaker tools. The original course content was fed to the app, and believe it or not, the Quizmaker came back with very similar questions to those we had written 15 years ago. This proved to us the power of artificial intelligence's improvements over the past 24 months. Our production, with the computer-generated AI voice features, has expanded unbelievably to include accents, languages, emotions, and headaches. During the past 2 years, we have conservatively taken baby steps and seen the rapid upgrades. Overseeing the use of AI is similar to the startup and functional improvements we saw with SCADA. Engineering and operator interface is vital, as its resolution of AI into IA is on the horizon. So, I'll leave you with the Google definition. Artificial intelligence, AI, focuses on creating systems that simulate human intelligence to think and learn, while intelligent automation, IA, merges AI with automation technologies like RPA to streamline, execute, and optimize repetitive business processes. AI provides the brain, whereas IA provides the action to boost operational efficiency. We are living in an exciting time. Check out our latest release, CEU, private platform available to private utilizers, individual trainers, manufacturers, and engineering, providing an online outlet for your content, policies, and procedures, and/or training courses to be housed on our private LMS system.